All the
All
way
right, we are live.
live.
We are live. Tiffany, can you hear me?
I can hear you
But
call.
I
Can you
can't.
hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Testing one,
No,
two.
I can't. I can't hear you.
Technical difficulties.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Hey, Kev.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Call, can
Sorry,
you
Dan.
have?
I had some
Hey,
technical
Kev.
difficulty. Hey, what's up, baby? Sorry I'm late.
Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you
Yeah,
fine.
You can hear me,
we
Kev?
hear you
Yeah, I hear
fine.
you fine. I hear you fine.
Kev, you
I
call. You
can't
still
hear you
can't hear me?
guys at all.
Really, Carl? You don't hear us? We hear
Maybe
you
it's on my
fine.
side because I can't hear you, or
It
you
must
are
be on your
Tiffany.
side.
Yeah, we hear you fine. I hear Tiffany fine, too. I hear everybody fine.
Mm,
Uh, Carl's having some technical
And
difficulties,
he
huh?
gotta hear us.
He got to hear us. Yeah, he's the showrunner.
I can't hear.
You can't hear
But
neither one of us?
Let
Wow.
me. I can't see anything on my side.
oh,
You
see,
don't.
that's you.
I don't think we
That's
start.
you. You think you need to check in and check out? That means
All
we
right, hold
all
on a
gonna check
second.
in.
Let me try something else here.
Yeah, you might need to restart everything.
But then he gonna shut the whole thing off because it's coming from him.
Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Yes.
We
You
hear
can hear
you.
me, Kev?
I hear you, bro. I
Yes.
hear you. Yes.
All right. I can't hear you guys at all.
Really? Still? Oh
Oh
shit.
no. I'm gonna chime in and chime out and chime back in.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
Uh,
Hear you fine.
can you hear? You can hear me, Kev?
I hear you. Yes.
Dude, I can't hear you at all. I can't.
You still don't hear me? You hear Tiffany, right?
The fuck?
Hi, can you hear me?
Must be something on my side because I can't hear you or Kev, but you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you fine. I hear Tiffany fine too.
Um,
Won't you? Oh, so are
all
you
right.
not
Let
on
me
your
see if I
phone? You on your
can
computer,
remove
right?
myself and come back.
Hmm.
Uh,
Look, I'm trying to talk to him, but he can't hear nothing.
shit. Shit, shit, shit.
Please forgive us all. We are having technical difficulties, okay? We appreciate everyone that is here. Carl is gonna figure it out in a minute because you can hear me and Kev.
All
Kev,
right.
how you been
We're
doing?
gonna, I can't hear you guys, but you guys can hear me fine, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Uh, well, Tiffany, do the honors so we can get the show started. I'll try to figure this out as we go.
We want to say hello to everyone, me, Carl, and Kev. Today's show, we will be talking about Black mothers and how their energy connects with their son, good and bad. You know, we're learning a lot of toxic relationships that's going on with moms and sons, and we're seeing the result in how they treat women, how they deal with life, the choices that they make. So we definitely want everybody to please make sure you chime in, check, let us know how you feel in the comment in the chat because we want to know, do you have a toxic mother or you know someone that have a toxic mother? Now remember, we are protected by the Fair Use Act. All the content and videos is not owned by us. We are only doing this for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. Thank you so much. Now, Carl, would you
Uh,
need to shut down, Carl?
all right, we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna kick the show off. I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna play our theme song, and hopefully, while the theme song's playing, I can figure this out. But today's show, we're talking about. Tiffany sent this to me. We're talking about the relationship of between mothers and sons. I don't think this pertains especially to black mothers and sons. I'm sure it's across the board, but
It is.
um, I guess from the videos I've seen, it seems to be more prevalent um, of black kids saying that the relationship with their moms is either non-existent or is toxic. Um, Also, black people still continue to be found hung. It doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. Not sure what's well. Shouldn't say I'm not sure what's going on. I know what's going on, and in this era that we live in, of course, Black lives do not matter. So I would say last week Kevin and I talked about should all black people arm themselves, and I think yes, arm yourself. Carry some beer spray, something, a pew pew, a nut, something to protect yourself, and don't trust the people who don't look like you. That's what I would say. Also, there's Kevin also hit me to the food recalls. Um, there's a lot of food recalls going on. Um, I am not sure what's going on with that, but I definitely know the Trump administration they have taken away all the scientists, all the people who do all the testing on all the foods. They have eliminated all of those jobs. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. People are dying, thousands of people are getting sick. But no one knows why. Um, but we're going to get into it. All right, so we're going to kick it off with our theme song, then we're going to come right back.
Right.
Right.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. Be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you everything, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
All right. All right, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we
All
hear
right,
something in the
I can't hear you
background.
guys at all.
So close it down, Carl, so you can start again.
So, yeah, let me shut this off. I was trying. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. All right,
We'll be
so
right back, y'all.
we are going to talk about the toxic relationship between black moms and their sons, and it seems to be. I don't think it's reached the point of an epidemic, but it is cause for some concern. And so here are some videos on uh, this crisis that Tiffany brought to my attention. Give me a second. I'm having some technical difficulties, so just bear with me. I don't know why I can't hear Tiffany or Kevin, but hopefully I will figure it out. All right, here we go.
One thing I never understood in the black community is why is it so normalized for our parents to be mean to us? Like, I'm sure we all heard it before, like, all I gotta give you, as long as you got food, bread, and water, then, like, you're good. Or as kids, we're made out to seem like we don't have to be liked as long as, like, we're loved, and that love is tough love, they say. And I remember whenever I would go to some of my other friends' houses, a lot of the times they were lighter. Not all the times, but, a good amount of times when I go to my other friends' houses and I would see the way, like, their parents would treat and talk to them. I'm like, damn, they're nice as fuck. Like, what the hell is this? Like, why is it so normalized in the black community for the kids to be treated like burdens or like bills or like, you should be happy, I'm basically doing you a favor type thing? I never really understood that. Like, I feel like your parents should like you. They should be happy to see you and hear your voice and know that you're doing well and thriving. Not look at you. You know that meme? It's like I just looked over and I sighed. That's how it can feel sometimes being like a black child, or when I was a black child.
A lot of parents and their kids, if we're gonna be honest, within the black community, don't even have real bonds. It's trauma bonding. A lot of women have kids and will hang on to them kids for dear life because, like, you're how I get my validity. Yes. Ain't nothing else in my life done went right except y'all. I'm doing the best I can do for y'all, and y'all doing good, and that is where I get my validity from.
I've seen that, yep.
And they can't let go. That'll cripple you because now you feeling pressure, especially as men, as young men, you feeling pressure to be your mama's man and her son. So now when I leave the house, now I can't even bond with other women the way that I want to because I don't want to make my mama mad, or I don't want to, make my mama feel like I'm just neglecting her to go be with this new situation, when in reality that type of like responsibility should have never been placed on your shoulders to begin with.
Hey, I want to speak on something. Black mothers with young black sons, this don't get speaked on a lot, but, coming from a black mom that don't talk to their black son, growing up with a violent, angry mother that calls their son all type of names, dismiss their son feelings, never there for their son emotionally, and just tear their son down. It don't get speaked on enough. It's a lot of black young boys out here that dealing with a lot of black mamas that don't treat their son well, that talk to their son any type of way, call their son all any type of names, tear their son down. We already got to deal with society. And just for you as being a black mother, that's enough already. Before anybody else broke me, my mom broke me. That's how a lot of black sons feel. They mom broke them. That didn't get that genuine care from their mother. When they was always looking for their mother to be there emotionally. To be there right there for their feelings. But no, their mom didn't want to care for that. Didn't want to take accountability. And then the mom just tell them, just be a man. Stop crying. It's already hard enough as a black son, a black young man that's dealing with a black mom that's not genuinely there for their son in an emotional way. We already deal with a lot from society. And just as you being a mama, you tearing your son down, that makes you a terrible parent. I don't care what nobody say. Terrible.
All right, Tiffany, let me hear your thoughts.
So why I told you about this situation was I saw an interview with NBA Youngboy. He is a rapper and he did an interview with Marco, Funny Marco. Now, I'm not into the young people rap because it's really raunchy and, druggy too much for me. But for some reason my spirit said, let me watch him. And he has moved to Korea with his family. He has almost 12 children. And in his interview, he expressed that he was very angry and that he loves his mother. But he loves his mother because that's his grandmother's daughter. And he has to love her. And that he spent at least 75% of the time with his grandmother and not his mother. So we hear what the first thing I'm hearing is abandonment issues. We have a lot of young black boys out here, and you have white children. It's all around the map, but we just dealing with, just in general, abandonment issues with young black boys, right? It it affects them very much. It affects them in life. It affects them with relationships. It affects them on how they deal with certain things. And if your mother is the first one to abandon you, to make you feel bad or make you feel like you nothing, that will either drive you crazy or it's going to drive you to be the best that you can, but you're going to have issues. We got that from DMX. You know, DMX had that issue. He tried everything to love his mother and he felt like she still didn't love him. So for me to hear this young man talk about he would rather have his space between, he loved his mother but he rather his space, and sometimes young people have to separate themselves from toxic family members, especially if they're mothers or fathers that are not good for them, you understand, or didn't raise them properly, because sometimes they will use their issues, being angry, mad, relationship, even some have mental health issues, alcoholism, drugs. A lot of them will, how you say, make their sons feel really bad. It's just really something that I really wanted to bring to the table, where we can, you know, talk about what can we do as men and as women to make it better for our young people. You know, children are gifts from God, you know, and when he gives you that blessing, you have to take care of your blessing. And if you don't take care of them, you will lose your children, you know, and you have these adults that are now seniors and their own children won't even take care of them because they abuse them. So again, you know, thank you for bringing this topic up, and I pray that any young man that is watching, or mothers, or say, you know, we have to think about our young people and how they feel. They have feelings too. So if you're unhappy, your children is going to be unhappy. If you're happy, you're going to be happy. They're going to be happy. So what do you think, Kev?
I'm in a state of shock. I
For
one of
real?
the, yeah, I'm just in a state of shock. I'm glad you brought it up. It's very intriguing. Just in a state of shock to hear this. What are the numbers on this, Tiffany? The statistics. Like, is this something that's uh, rare or something that's happened in huge numbers in our community? Because I'm
I
just
think
shocked. I'm shocked by what I just heard. Like, I don't
I
even.
I'm think
When
it's
I think of black
very
mothers, when I think of black, well, we know how we feel about black mothers. We do so
mhm.
many shows about black mothers on since we've been doing this show. We have done nothing but praise black mothers. So, and I don't think we're not praising them now. I'm just saying we're talking about their faults, but I'm just shocked to hear this. That's all. I'm just shocked that
I
this
didn't
is going
believe
on.
it. Look, I didn't believe it until the young man, NBA young boy, his mother went online after the interview and cursed his ass out. I
Mm.
mean, like cursed him down, called him. I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder that
So
he
is
don't
this,
want
and
to
that's
be
what I was
bothered.
saying. I'm not saying that bad relationship obviously do exist with young boy, but I'm saying is that something that's one relationship and DMX is two relationships. Is this something that's
No, it's going
happening?
on.
Is this something that happened in big numbers in our community? Is what I'm trying to get at. Do we know the numbers? Like a
I think
ballpark
so.
figure if this is going on a lot in the black community? Because
I think
I just
so.
know if you get 500, if you get 5,000 black men in a room and ask them about their mothers, they're all going to probably say something positive. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to know if this is a rare thing or something that just happens
No,
a
I don't
lot in
think
our
that is
community.
real. No,
Yeah.
I will look up the statistics, but I don't think, me being living in Brooklyn all these lives, I have ran across many dysfunctional moms, and a lot of them were going through drugs, alcohol, mental health issues. It's there. But the thing is that us as black people normalize dysfunction. We
Yeah.
don't say anything about it. We just go along with it and think that it's healthy. And
Right.
it's not healthy.
Well,
You know, I
you
done
you
heard.
hit it right on the nose, Tiffany.
Mhm.
Most of the dysfunction with black parents mean that they're probably on some sort of substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or drugs or something of that
Mhm.
nature.
Mhm.
I don't think it's in our nature as a people to be mean to our kids. I think black mothers have gone through more in this country than any woman, dating back to slavery or Jim Crow, or whatever,
Mhm.
watching black black women have always, as Malcolm X said, the number one victims of the American way have been black women dating back
Mhm.
from slavery. So black women have always been, at the forefront of abuse, the forefront of watching their men deal with abuse,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been the strong pillar of our society. So yeah, they're not perfect. We have Black women that have failed as mothers. Of course, there's no perfect everybody. So there's a lot of imperfect mothers, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
in our society, right? So I'm not saying that there aren't imperfect moms. I'm just saying I think those numbers are probably, for the sake of the show, yeah, we're gonna talk about it, but I don't think those numbers are staggering. What a young boy is going through with his mom, or what
I don't.
DMX. And I know the DMX story too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's documented it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, throughout his life, his relationship with both his parents, right? So he didn't know his dad, right? So yeah, so I know, yeah, we have failure as parents in
Yeah, we're
in
not
our society,
perfect. You're
but
right.
I think if you look at the drugs, or I don't know, this young man's mother is
But
just
I
on
think
drugs, or
like you
she's just
said,
an asshole. Sounds like she's just an asshole, to be honest with you. She gonna cuss the boy out after he come clean on the relationship, and her response is cussing him out. So did he financially take care of his mother? Like, do you know anything about their
he takes
relationship?
care. Well, when I saw she had nothing but big diamond chains on her, let me
Okay. So he's
again.
looking out for her financially or something.
Yeah, she's taking care of his kids. Is taking care of, and he's very. That's another thing. He's not. He's 26 years old. He's very smart.
Right.
He knows a lot. You can see that he has been disappointed.
The we lost you, Tiff, and we lost Carl too. So I'm running the show now. Okay. You back, Tiff? Yeah, I can handle this now. I can do this by myself. Now, if y'all can't make it, let me know. All right, so everybody's out. Just Kevin Lee show all of a sudden. Carl's having some technical difficulties, and Tiffany's having some technical difficulties. So they'll be back on this in a second. Apparently, I'm by
I'm back.
myself here. You back? Okay.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Tiff.
No, I understand. I understand. Now, listen again. Yes, our mothers and black mothers are the backbone of our family. We get that. But you don't
Right.
think that they can crack?
Oh yeah, they can crack.
You don't.
I
Hold
know
on,
black
Carl. Mute your
moms.
phone. Now, listen again. Yes, our mothers and black mothers are the backbone of our family. We get that. But you don't think that they can crack?
Oh yeah, they can crack.
You hear him?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
there you
here.
go. Okay. Yes, like I was saying, they are the backbone, but again, they do crack. And then you got to remember, we had to go through the crack era. You
Yeah,
know
well,
how much young people had to see when they saw their mothers or fathers or their family members on drugs? That's a dysfunction. Then it turns into a mental illness. So again, we don't have enough help in our community for mental health for our mothers and our fathers and our children. Yes, it's probably low, but it is going on. And I think that if we tackle with it more, that you dealing with family, we won't have so much jails filled up. You
right.
understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these young men, do you think if they thought about their mother, their father, and God, they would have thought twice about what they do? They're not thinking about that. They are out their mind. Their mother's probably not paying attention, or their fathers, or they could be working. It's all different scenarios, but it is many broken homes out there.
It's funny you mentioned that, Tiffany. And I love Tupac. One of the lines, every time I hear that line, and it's a "Dear Mama," and that line,
Hmm.
every time I hear it, it crushes me because he says, I sold rocks to put money in your mailbox.
Right.
And that line hurts the crap out of me because you sold rocks to put money in your mailbox for your mom, but those rocks you sold to people that look like you. So you're still hurting your own people
Hmm.
to provide for, make the financially compensate your mom, which is a beautiful thing, but you're doing it by hurting other black mothers too. So every time I hear that line, I go, yeah, I hate that line so much, man. So
Hmm.
rocks put money in your mailbox. It's a great song. He means well in
But
the song,
but
but
a
still,
lot
those
of
lyrics hurt.
it hurt, but it's what's going on. And if we listen to a lot of our young rappers today, they are hurting. And they're doing it through alcoholism, drugs, women. I mean, that's another thing. This young man is 26 years old and almost have 12 children and, five to six different baby mothers. So that's a difference too, So that make you look and say, what was going on with him with the choices that he made with his women. So we definitely, again, I know you don't think we was blessed to have mothers that loved us, and
Right,
they
right.
went through their ups and downs, but it wasn't that bad, but you have women that choose men before their children. You understand? Like it's all different scenarios, but you must choose your children first. Carl, you have a video?
The car has a video to show us. Carl's having some technical difficulties. If you're watching the show, thanks for watching. He's going to get through it before the show's up, I'm sure. But he has some videos to show. So, Carl, we're waiting on you, man. Show those videos.
Go ahead, Carl.
You're on, Carl. Don't blow it, kid. Don't F this up. The world is watching.
You know, I think my relationship with my mama used to be a big part of my anger. Until I told myself, like, it's just certain shit you can't fix. Like, certain people you're not gonna just bond with in a way that you expect or the way that you desire. Basically just long for and just hope for. So I started loving my mom from a distance. Like, today I never speak to her again. Like, we'll never talk again. I know this for a fact. But I love her. Like, I care. I hope she know that too. I want her to know that. It ain't got nothing to do with no dollar. It ain't even got nothing to do with my trauma no more. Or something that I was supposedly angry about. Just love him. Cause that's my grandmother's daughter. And I love my grandma deeply.
Do you remember how you and your grandma relationship? If she used to pick you, like, how would she come into your life?
Wow.
This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Facts. Facts.
Wow.
And that's what made me look at this so totally different because I have saw Iana's show dealing with mothers doing what they do to their boys and their daughters too. And don't get it twisted, it's not only black mothers. I'm a true believer that racism is still alive because of white mothers. They are the ones that bring forth life. You understand? To these white children. You are the one that teach your children right from wrong. You're the one that teach your children how to have compassion for others from all walks of life. And if you don't teach your children that, they're going to look at other people as nothing. So again, I think this is not only a black thing, this is a mommy thing, and also, who else is having a lot of issues at home with their parents? Interracial children. I done saw videos where white mothers call their black mixed children niggers. And dead serious. You're not going to be nothing. You're a nigga like your father. I mean, and you're like, my God. And the young man that was showing the video, he was like, this is my mother. This is how she talks to me. You understand? So, yes, toxic women will mess a man up. And especially as he get older and he wants to be in a relationship with someone, how you going to be in a relationship with someone if you don't even like your mother? And this is what I tell young girls today, and young men. Find a woman that loves her father. She's gonna love you. The same thing with women. You understand what I'm saying? Find a man that loves his mother. And if he loves his mother, he is going to love you. Because if he is mad at his mother and angry at his mother, it's a possibility he might slap your ass. You understand what I'm saying? So we definitely need to work on relationships with mothers and sons. Yes, we understand, we have our fathers too, but that connection with the mother and child, it's really deep. And if you are the first person to abandon them and you are the first love they see in their life, that tears them down, Cav. What you think?
Well, the mother is every son's first love, so they say, right? So that is, you're right, Tiffany. You hit it right on the nose with that. That relationship starts in the womb, right? And continues all the way up till birth and beyond. So it is a very important relationship. I never looked at it from those eyes. Like I said, I'm still shocked by this whole subject. I never even thought in a million years that this would be going on. Because obviously I don't have this relationship with my mom, and most men that I know don't either. So it's kind of like weird, but that's crazy.
You can't close out your windows. I don't know if are you on your phone or you on your
So
I'm
we
on
said,
my. You mean close myself off? Can you see me? Can you see me on the show?
we see you and we hear you now, Carl.
Okay.
We hear you now. Are you're live, Carl? We hear you.
come back up, like refresh.
Right.
That's how I put myself.
Without closing down the whole show.
Yeah, we hear you, Carl. Can you hear us?
All right. Let me try. I've never tried that before, but since I'm the host, I don't know if that would do anything.
So you don't have no more apps open, right?
No.
Did you close it down and start back open?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right. Let me try it. See if I can go out and come back in. Kev, can you hear me?
I hear you. You hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I can hear you,
Can hear
Carl.
me? I just can't hear you guys at all. I don't know why.
Wow.
All right, so Carl, close this down and bring us back.
I don't know why.
Close it
Close-
down and
Close
come
down the
back.
whole
I
show.
did. I did. I closed it down and re-added my. I did that twice already.
No, I'm talking about the whole show.
I
The
can't
whole
hear
show.
anything you guys are saying. Even when I play the videos, I can't hear the videos that I play.
You can't hear us,
something's
Carl?
going on.
Hey, Tiffany, Carl can't hear us.
All right,
Carl,
you guys keep going.
Carl, you're an asshole.
Keep going. Like I said, Tiffany, I'll call me.
Carl, you get on my nerves, Carl.
Carl, you're a jerk.
Carl,
Bama
you get on
ass.
my
I can't hear you, Tiffany, but I know you're saying.
Go back to your country and eat a coconut. No, I'm just kidding.
Ah,
Why
this
you
is.
do that for?
Oh my god, this is. I hate this.
All right.
I hate
Oh
this.
my God.
I told him, hey, everybody, please just give us a chance. I know we moving through, and he's having this technical.
All right, I
Hey,
know we're going to talk about more lynchings and we're going to talk about food recalls.
yes.
So let me know when you guys want to jump into that topic.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we can actually jump into that now. Tiffany,
You guys want
any
to
more
talk about
thoughts?
the lynchings?
Yeah, we can talk about the lynchings.
Yes.
Yes, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. You guys know sign language?
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk about, so the lynchings continue. So as Kevin and I said last week, we got to if you're black, arm yourself. That's pretty blunt. If you're black, arm yourself. Don't go into spaces where you feel uncomfortable. If you go into a space and you're the only one that looks like you, leave or be very, very, very cautious. I was out this weekend and I saw so many groups of kids and they were all black and there was one black girl. I saw like 3 different groups like this. All white kids and one black girl. All white kids, one black girl. And I can tell they're young and they're trying to fit in, but I wish they knew what I knew, and I wish they had the experience that we have, but of course they don't. They feel like that's my friend, I fit in, but you fit in until you don't. And I know, It's nice to think in a perfect world, everybody can get along. But I told you guys this before. I have friends. This was back in the 90s. I was hanging out with a group of white comedians, and they invited me to go camping, to go in the woods with them. And I said to them, I am not going into the woods with white people. And they all laughed
Basically.
because I'm a comedian, they're a comedian, and they thought I was being funny. I was being funny, but I was also
You was
very
being
serious.
serious.
And the reason I said that was I have seen these guys drunk, and they have said some things to me drunk that I know they wouldn't say sober. Okay? So I see a whole different white person when they're drunk, when they're drinking. Now, is that the real white person or is that the drunk white person?
No,
Either
that's
way,
their
it didn't
real
make me
spirit.
comfortable. So I'm like, no, I'm not going in the woods with you guys because you guys would think it's funny to they just think things are funny that are not funny. Like we showed a video last week where they got that black girl drunk and they were
And
jumping
beat her
on her,
up.
beating her up, and laughing and giggling, right? Like let's make the black person the pinata, and that's funny, you know. So yeah, I'm not doing that. So anyway, the lynchings continue. We're just bringing it to your attention, that it continues. And if you're black, please, 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 please be very careful where you
Especially
go,
in the
who you
South.
go with.
They're hanging us from trees again. The action that's supposed to happen is that we are immediately supposed to get organized to secure our communities. Neighborhood Watch is a legal action. We could do that, but we won't. And they know we won't, which is why it is open season on Black people in America. Because of our collective unwillingness to take action to protect our communities, to build real infrastructure separate and apart from their systemically racist ones, our inaction is the reason that this violence against our community continues. But nobody wants to have that conversation because you'd rather find excuses to be divided. Whether it's colorism, sexism, homophobia, religious beliefs, bonnets and do-rags, come on. Every week it's another excuse dividing the Black community. And every week we hear about our enemy taking one of us out. And there is no accountability. What are you going to do about it? Because if all you're going to do about it is get on social media and complain, nothing will change. I'm calling and emailing all these so-called Black organizations trying to get them involved in this National Black Action Convention to take real action. And you know what I'm getting back? Don't want to upset the white folks. We can govern ourselves if we are willing to organize and take action. We can protect ourselves and our community if we are willing to get organized and take action. We can educate our own children if we are willing to get organized and take action. Stop using Black suffering to promote yourself, to build your brand. Use your platform for Black liberation or stop talking about Black liberation. If you're a coward, then step back. Get out of our way. If you're not a coward, then you need to go to nationalblackactionconvention.org and sign up to get involved so we can build our own institutions. So we can start solving the problems in our community instead of just talking about it. And I don't need to be told what to say or what not to say online. You don't know me, but my name is Melody Angel, and I'm from the south side of Chicago. And I ain't scared of nobody on this earth. What I do for my people. And I will do it to the day that I die because we deserve peace. We deserve to be left alone. I love you, Black man. I love you, Black woman. Knowledge is power. Power to the people.
White folks have hung a lot of Black and brown people this year in 2026 alone. I didn't have enough space in this collage to name everybody, but I got a few, you understand. We got Juliana, 16 years old, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We got Tania Miller, 27 years old, out of Miami, Florida. We got Kyle out of Cobb County, Georgia.
We got Jackson, Mississippi. A black woman was just hung on August 3rd, a few days ago. They didn't identify her. They didn't say her name yet. She was hung from a tree. We got Jose Hernandez out of the Latin community. They hung him in Washington. They ruling all of these deaths a suicide. You understand? With no investigation. You understand? They just ruling them a suicide off the bat. You understand? So check out that photo in the bottom right-hand corner, babe. I mean, you think something has changed? Only thing has changed is the fact that they bought up all of the record labels, you understand, so they can control the music. They bought up all of the TV stations, you understand, so they can control the narrative. So now they got you understand, not focused. They got you not paying attention. You dig? We all turn up, you understand, but if you only show one side to yourself, baby, that's fake. You understand? If you acting like you don't see this, you understand? They doing the same thing that they was doing to our grandparents. You understand? They doing the same thing that they did to our ancestors. White people will never change. They hanging us from trees. There was no justice back then. There's no justice today. They say, we don't know how this happened. They must enjoy climbing trees. Saying the same thing, baby. We just not paying attention. You dig? They already taking voters' rights. You understand? In Tennessee, they jerking the school system in Chicago. They doing the same thing, baby. We just not paying attention. You understand? Let's get it.
All right, Kev, I got a question. Do you talk to Angelo? How old is Angelo? Do you talk to Angelo about race? Do you?
No, he's 5 years old, Carl. So no, I don't talk to him about race. Uh, as everybody on this, as you know, I have an older daughter who's now an adult, and when she was around 10, 11, and you know, her and I had lots of serious conversations about race. One, because she went to a school and she seemed to have more white friends than black friends uh, at a young age, and I didn't really um, care about that. But we had our talks just so she could know that she was a black uh, person and what that meant. And I try to teach her her culture and our heroes and our history. So yeah, I had those conversations with her uh, at Angelo's 5. So no, we have not had those conversations, but we
And he's
will as he
still
gets
young.
older.
Yeah,
As he
he's
gets
still
older,
young.
yeah. But my daughter Selena, we had lots of race conversations. Yes,
Hmm.
to answer your question, lots over the years, and I mean
Yeah,
lot.
and it's so deep that we as black people have to have these conversations with our black children. White people don't have to have these talks with their children because their children never was affected by racism, white supremacy, they were never affected by it. So we do have to communicate with our family and our young people about this. The hanging right now is like, I don't know, we need to put somebody that's a medical examiner up here or something, because I don't understand how these people are hanging themselves. It's no chairs. Don't you have to have an assistance to be able to hang yourself? People is not how they said the young lady Miss Fortune, she was hung so high that they needed a fire department. I mean, I don't like that these are popping up. Ida B. Wells, she was a writer. She's been back in the, I think the 30s and the 30s and the 40s. She was a writer and she wrote about this. She wrote about the many hangings in Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, all these southern states of these hangings. And to know these was being written about this, at least 100 years ago, we still here in 2026 are having young black people being hung. So the next thing is being vigilant of what's going on. A lot of people don't know their history between black and white relations. You can't go into every town. You can't be in every area. You can't hang around everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because you are always going to be a target because of the color of your skin. No, we do not like that the world is like that. But because we live in a world of black and white race issues and systematic racism, we live like that. So we always got to have our head on a swivel. We always got to be on point and, recognize racism. You understand? Because racism is not out loud like it used to. But the way it is now is becoming out loud when you have all these suspicious deaths. That it's time for the FBI to really, if you're going to do something, this is the time to do it because people should not be coming up murdered. But then we have to remember, look what administration that we're in right now. I just heard that Trump removed a lot of people from the civil rights I think sector of the White House.
Yes.
Like they're removing, certain people, or removing certain things where people cannot go and litigate civil rights issues that they have in their different like that's a problem because we have a lot of civil rights that's being violated here.
Well, it's being violated by the administration, and these recent hangings is a result of this administration's green light uh, to be openly racism. They're bringing it back to the forefront. Uh, and they're letting these racist people know you can go out and do this. We're not going to hold you accountable. It's just so now they're emboldened. They feel like they don't have to hide it anymore. You know, and we're back at lynchings again in 2026. Like there are actually lynchings happening. Like we're all sitting ducks right now. We don't watch our backs. We leave out the house to go to the store or go for a walk around the park or, whatever we do, we have to look over our shoulders, and make sure know our surroundings
Right.
and if you get out your car to walk into a gas station, make sure nobody's watching you, make sure nobody's following you.
Hmm.
Ladies can't go to the park and walk around the park anymore by themselves, unless they
Yeah, and
unless
you
they
wouldn't
unless
want
they're
to
carrying
think.
a weapon with them, and there are a lot of women who are now carrying, I have women in my family who are carriers,
Yeah, but you
uh,
carry a weapon there, turn around, and you can't put self defense. They gonna tell
hey,
you should have had a talk with your killer first, or you should have spoke to him before he was about to hang you on a tree. Like it's like you
well,
damn if you do,
Tiffany,
you damn
busting
if
a
you don't.
busting a cap in a redneck trying to kill you and dealing with the consequences of that is better than being found hanging from a tree.
No, you're 100% right. And
Right.
that makes you think about Carmelo Anthony. You understand what I'm saying? His case is about to come back up on the 19th and the 20th. Please make sure y'all look out for it. Carmelo Anthony. He's another one where two young white boys, twins, bigger than him, come over there harassing him and he protects himself. And they turn it into he just went there to kill them. No, he went there to work out with his track team. He didn't come there to kill. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, again, we need to be more vigilant about what's going on around us and know that these people don't care. Another thing, stop trying to be the only black person in the group. Stop going places with these people that say they're your friend because when shit go down, they're not your friend anymore. They turn around, they act separate. You understand? And just like Carl said, you get people that start drinking. It changed their whole personality. They're not even the person you was cool with. You like, who's this devil? You understand what I'm saying? So again, we need to be on point. And also, please, people, teach your children history. A lot of reasons why a lot of these young people are getting caught up is because they don't know what's going on. They can't recognize. You see, we from up north, right? We recognize certain stuff because we on point. We always gotta be on point. You understand? But down south, they're a little laid back. You don't know. It's serious down there. They are very Confederate-ish down there. They do not care about y'all black people down there. Long as y'all is in order and you
Tiffany,
fuck.
raise your hand when you're done. I don't want to cut you off, but when you're done, raise your
Okay.
hand because I got something to
Yeah.
say to this guy Jarhead in the comments.
Oh yeah, I just finished telling Jarhead he can go dig his head in the
Yeah,
damn
this
jar.
guy Jarhead, but this is what they do. They try to paint us as the most violent. This guy Jarhead in the chat is saying that imagine the most violent groups in society whining about violence, meaning black people. But this is how they get us, right?
Hmm.
They are by hands down the most violent people in the world. Go across any country, right? Why do you think in Africa people are speaking French, right?
Hmm.
Because the white French people went to Africa, killed all the black people, took all their land. Why do you think there are people in the Caribbean speaking perfect English? Because the white English people came to the Caribbean, killed all the black people, killed all the Indians, and took their land. Why is it you can go across the world to all these different countries and have black people or dark skinned people speaking white people's language? Because the white people came in, slaughtered them, and took their land. We all know the history of America, but this is a strategy they use. They use this strategy. They try to paint us as the most violent. And
And
they
we're
know we're
not.
not. We
We're
know
not.
we're not. They know they're not. But if they continue to tell this lie, and this is what they teach their children, I'm sure this is what Jarhead is teaching his children. White people are the sweetest, humblest people in the world, and black people are the violent ones. But I'm going to play a video for Mr. Jarhead if you think we're so violent. And if you've ever seen a black person involved in any of this video that I'm going to show you, please let me know in the comments. Let me know where I can find black people doing this.
This is a man that's being burned. Also, I won't read the depiction, but there are newspaper accounts of this. It's written in a book called 100 Years of Lynching by Ginsburg. No pictures, just newspapers that say not only did they burn him, they decapitated him, cut him into pieces, and used parts of his body as things to put on mantles. So people would say, get me a tongue, would you, or a liver, a little crisp, so I could put it on the mantle. Now, again, I want you to look at the folks. I want you to look at who's here. We're not talking about the toothless, big gut, hooded wonder, are we? We're looking at plain old, common, dressed up folks. They're squeezing, please, I want my picture taken. Are you following me? This is somebody's cousin, uncle, somebody. And the ability to do that, dehumanize this man and rob them of their humanity all at the same time. All at the same time. That is the most dangerous, treacherous thing that could happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you see, they control the narrative of the news
Mhm.
media. That's why they get away with spreading all this propaganda. But they
Mhm.
know, right, who's responsible for the most rapes in the world? White men. Most mass murderers, white men, right? Most um, school shootings, all that stuff, white men. Child abuse, right? Child pedophiles, white men, right? But yet still, they
They want to
somehow
compare. Hmm.
has I don't know, some kind of Jedi mind trick. They somehow want to come off as the most peaceful, loving people in the world, and you're not. And we know you're not. But I know, Mr. Jarhead, you can continue. I'm sure that's what you're teaching your kids. Um, that black people are the most violent, but we know it's not true. I'm sure you know it's not true, but I'm sure your hero Donald Trump said it. If you tell a lie enough times, people will eventually believe it. And that's a strategy that you guys have been trying to use on black people for decades and decades and centuries and centuries. If you tell us we're violent, eventually we believe it. But I think it was working in the past, but it's not working anymore.
No,
Tiffany, go ahead.
we have social media today, and now you have young people that are not tolerating it. They're not tolerating it. People are speaking up more about what is going on in their community, in their home. I don't, you see people in this house, oh, y'all racist. Again, we cannot be racist because we don't own anything in America. Is we don't have no reason to be racist to anyone because we didn't do anything. You understand? To anyone. Only thing we want is to be left alone. That's it. Okay. Many of our people, especially in Mississippi, because I had to give a shout out to Mississippi Black people. I don't want y'all to think that we're against you and we don't love y'all. Many great people came out of Mississippi. Many people lost their life. I had to go over the Mississippi burning case. I know y'all remember with I think the three men that died. Like they planned it. They planned it. They planned to kill them, put them in the ground. They had food. Everybody was cool with it, just because they were trying to help people to vote, just to vote. So again, you were killing and hanging people to vote. That's not the right reason to hang somebody. Or you was hanging people just to show we are in charge. Or you hanging people to let everybody know we're still in charge. So again, I'm against it. I'm against it. I hate it. It's very horrible. And it's so bad because I do want to go to the lynching museum that's in Alabama, because it was so many people, and still to this day, that has been died under suspicious circumstances, and their case was not solved. Why? Because the justice system worked with each other. All of them know each other. Everybody helped each other. And it's sad. What do you think, Kev?
I was just reading on this young man. I'm trying to find his name. The one they found hanging in a tree right outside Raleigh, North Carolina, which
Just
is a
recently, right?
yeah, just happened like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Raleigh, North Carolina is like I've been to Raleigh a million times, man. It's a upscale kind of area for North Carolina. It's
There's still whites there.
yeah, of course. It's a mixed community though. There in Raleigh, I perform in Raleigh several times, and I've been through that town of Raleigh many times. Raleigh Durham is what they call it, Raleigh Durham, North Carolina, which is basically a very thriving area of North Carolina. If I was ever to move to North Carolina, first thing I would look at is Raleigh Durham, because it's a thriving uh, mixed community area. And then they said a brother was at a Caribbean festival. So he was last seen at a Caribbean festival in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so I don't know how they're ruling this a suicide. I don't know how somebody would go to a Caribbean festival and then leave a Caribbean festival and go, you know what? I'm gonna hang myself.
That
It
just
don't make any sense,
it
right? It makes
doesn't
no
make
sense.
any sense.
No, it
But
makes
if the
no
shoe
sense.
was on the other foot, they would feel the same way. Nobody, just like that other young lady, they said she went all the way to Florida to kill herself. Her sister said no, she was living in Florida at the moment, and she didn't just go all the way there to kill herself. So again, the system is not for us. Nolan
No,
Wells' mother said when she tried to talk to the police system, it's like they was like, go to this person, go to this person, go to this person, go to this person, go to this person. Like nobody was there to help when it's somebody black or somebody of color getting hung, killed, beat, or anything like that. That it's hmm.
I think all Black people need to start communicating with their relatives and saying, if you find me hanging from a tree, I didn't commit suicide. So I mean, because we didn't. If my family's watching, I'm not committing suicide.
Me
All right.
either. I'm not committing
So
suicide at
if
all.
if something happens to me like that, y'all need to go to war to find out what the hell happened because I ain't hanging from no tree and I'm afraid of heights. I ain't jumping on no damn windows. So let's get that clear right now.
Yeah, let me jump in here too and say if you ever find me hanging from a tree, I did not commit suicide.
Thank you.
I
Thank
definitely
you.
wouldn't do it by hanging myself from a tree. I tell you that.
I don't think any
You
Black
might
people
find me. I
will.
might die in a brothel, but I definitely am not. If you find me in the brothel, that's a possibility. But I am not dying. I'm not hanging
He
myself from a
died
tree or
happy.
shooting myself in the head or drinking any kind of poison. None of
Yeah,
that stuff.
that's
I am
funny.
dying in some coochie. That's how I'm gonna die.
You want a Kevin Samuels their ass.
There you go. Kevin Cole found in a brothel.
Ah.
All right. Yeah, no, that's funny. But no, it's true, man. Like I don't think when Black people think about suicide, and that is something that's big in our community, I think there's other ways to kill yourself, and I don't think the hanging thing is in our psyche just because of its history. Uh, so I don't see, black men or women committing suicide through hanging. There's no history of it. Like if you go through all the history of suicides in the black community, there are never hangings until 2025, 2026. All of a sudden, we now decided that's the way to go out. And all of these are in southern states. Like, that's another thing. All these hangings have been in southern states. Except one was in upstate New York, which is still racist as hell. Upstate New York is racist as hell, but most of them have been in southern states, which we know the history of lynchings in southern states. So yeah, there's definitely something going on, and there's not enough anger about it. We're not angry enough. I don't know what it's going to take for us to get angry about this, Carl and Tiffany. I don't know what it's going to take, but we're just not angry enough. Black people aren't angry enough. I was online today, and more black people were talking about the boxing match last night, the celebrity boxing match with Orlando Brown and Brandy's brother, Ray J, had a boxing match last night. And that was the talk of the internet today, was the celebrity boxing match. Like, we're so distracted. Like, black people are being found hanging in trees. This lovely young black lady was murdered a few weeks ago, found hanging in an abandoned house, and it's already old news. Like we're talking about a boxing match with Ray J and Orlando Brown. Like, we're not even, like, there's not enough anger about this woman being hung, and this young man who left the Caribbean Festival 24 hours ago is now hung, and now, we're talking about it on our podcast, but it's not on any major news stations. It's not on any major outlets. I'm going to listen to some urban radio tomorrow, but I don't even know if I'm going to hear it on that either. Like, what is
No, you
going
have
on?
the black podcasters. That's one thing. North Carolina Beat and stuff like that. They've been doing their thing with getting all of the information, and that's what we are. The main media is not going to take on these things unless they have to. I just saw on Nolan Wells going on Democracy Now, excuse me. And I was happy that it was there, that it's starting to spread around. When it's dealing with people like us, they're not really focusing that much on us, and it's sad unless you put your foot down. And if you don't put your foot down or ask for help or go out there and do that footwork, people will step on you and just throw you right up under the rug and forget about you. Nobody is watching Ray J and Orlando Brown's fight. You know why? Because Orlando Brown needs a counselor, therapy, or whatever. And the same thing go with Ray J. I swore not too long ago, 3, 4 months ago, he was in the hospital because he only had 10% of his heart. Now all of a sudden you're back to normal, you're fighting. Did you do all of that for likes and clicks? Are you serious? Like you said, when we have bigger serious issues to deal with, these two idiots is out here playing games trying to make money fighting. And you know what? Maybe people need entertainment in their life. You understand? But that's not my type of entertainment. I'm not watching Orlando or Ray J. I'm just sick of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're all about entertainment. That's the problem, but we got to start taking this serious.
Yes, Black Life Serious.
We definitely got to start. Everybody got to start carrying a weapon, like Carl said in the beginning of the show. I don't care if it's mace, pepper spray, whatever you want to call it, pocket knife, baseball bat, billy club,
Don't
and
go out late at night. Be careful where you
take some self
go.
defense classes.
Yes, how
Uh,
you do
but
something?
I think a
Shit.
lot of it is, I hate to say it, I think a lot of these people are getting caught off guard because I
You
just
guys are
believe,
ready to move on? Let me know.
I believe police are involved in this. I think it's the cops pulling over black
They
men.
all connected. They're
I
all
believe the cops are pulling
connected.
over black men and black men are thinking that they're getting a routine pullover, and then these cops are apprehending them and having them hung. That's what I personally believe.
Yeah, it's coming from the old book. Just like
Yeah,
I just mentioned the Mississippi burning thing. They called the courthouse. The courthouse told them where he was going to be at and what time they was going to be riding back out again. Like they tell you, they all work together. So my thing is, stay your behinds in the house. Stay away from police. Leave them white women alone. Don't go to the water or the goddamn woods with nobody. Go, Carl.
we're moving
All
on,
right,
fellas.
here's my thing. I have this, and this is a serious question for Jarhead, who is clear.
I
I
blocked
I do
him.
not like MAGA. I don't like MAGA people. I don't like MAGA platforms. I don't like MAGA podcasts. I have friends that are MAGA that I stop talking to. If I'm scrolling the internet and I see anything MAGA, I don't even stop. I just keep scrolling. I don't bother to jump in. Why do racist people continue to watch our show? Serious question. Why? If you clearly don't like black people, you don't like what we stand for, you don't like being around us, why do you stop and comment and engage with us on our show? Why? Just keep moving. Just keep it moving.
Yes,
But for some
especially
reason,
yeah.
I think it was there's a brother on here that's engaging with Mr. Jarhead.
You talking about Mark Mills?
Let me see if I can get his name. Uh, Peace and Nonsense. That's what it looks like. Peace and Nonsense.
Oh no.
He's engaging with Jarhead. Him and Jarhead are kind of going back and forth. But Peace and Nonsense. Why do they continue to every Sunday, brother? They come back to our show. They have to tell us we're delusional. They have to tell us that we are whining. Every Sunday. Why, Jarhead? Why do you continue to watch shows like this? It is clearly not for you. I do not go to MAGA shows and comment on anything. I don't share my views. I don't tell them my stance. I say nothing because I'm not interested in them. I don't like them, so I stay away from them. But why? Why is it that racist white people feel the need to jump in and engage with black people? That I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Here's a video. And I like to show videos like this so people would see that racism still exists. This is a trigger warning. It's from the Don Lemon show. Don Lemon also does a trigger warning in the beginning of the video. But here's a white policeman pulls over an 18-year-old girl, 18 years old, and he body slams her, and then so if you this kind of stuff really, I know when black people watch this, it hits home because this could be your daughter, your aunt, your niece, but you cannot tell me she wasn't treated like this just because she's black.
This is an alert into the Don Lemon Show newsroom, and I warn you, this is disturbing. I don't know if you've seen this video of an 18-year-old black woman being slammed to the ground and punched in the face by an Arkansas State Police trooper during a traffic stop. Her name is Elisa Hackett. And again, warning, this video is disturbing to watch.
Not resist, do not resist.
I need to call mama.
No, stop.
But I didn't. Stop, what am I doing? Oh, no.
Stop.
This is illegal.
Turn around. Turn around. Who said I can't punch you in your face?
Somebody call my mama. Help.
Turn around.
Now, Elisa is crying out for help. She's asking to call her mother. And according to the trooper's own report, he said he punched her in the face with a closed fist because she wouldn't roll onto her stomach. Now, civil rights attorney Ben Crump is representing Elisa. He's demanding a use of force investigation. And yes, the history matters here as well as it did in the Nolan Wells case. She is a young black woman. This happened in Arkansas. We know black Americans have been disproportionately subjected to police force. Crump said, if you can't handle a teenage girl without taking her to the ground and punching her in the face, you should not be wearing a badge. I think he has a point. Let me know what you think.
I'm going to say they tell us we keep living in the past. I'm sure Jarhead says the same thing. We keep living in the past. But again, Jarhead, this show is not for you, and I would appreciate it if you just not watch. Honestly,
Yeah,
just
I
don't
blocked
watch.
him.
But go ahead, Tiffany.
I blocked him. Yeah.
Honestly, just don't watch it. But go ahead,
Uh,
Tiffany.
put it on the mute. Okay. Yeah. That right there. Yes, that's definitely a trigger warning. That was very sad because think about it, right? Your daughter, your teenager, and then you see this cop handle them in such a way that they could die. They could be really seriously hurt. And if you look at him, he didn't have a care in the world. He didn't care that she was crying. He didn't care that she was calling for him. He didn't care. He didn't care at all. I saw somebody saying, let's see the whole video. Let me tell you something. I don't need to see the whole video to see how he acted towards her. He didn't need to slam her down like that. He didn't need to punch her in the face. That was just over excessive. It's just too much. It's just too much. But it is many out there that these cops are using excessive abuse. Like it's just too much, too much, and they don't need to. They don't need to do it. So I hope that she can get something from this. She's definitely gonna need counseling. She's gonna need somebody to talk to after this. What you think, Kev?
That was hard to watch, man. I don't know how many more videos I can watch of us being abused by police officers. It's just it's hard to watch. That's all. And I think once again, Ben Crump is on it, man. Ben Crump is on it. So some good's going to come out of it. He's going to get some justice for the young lady. But even getting a cash settlement and having some money doesn't change the trauma that she's going to probably have to deal with the rest of
Right.
her life. You know, she's going to need some therapy. You know, Ben's going to get her paid. They're going to set her out of court. And the problem with that settling out of court shit is that it doesn't affect the actual police officer unless this guy is held accountable personally, like fired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the police officers need to be personally attacked. I think their pension should be up for grabs.
Yes,
I think I
yes.
think they should pay, not taxpayers, because
Not
when Ben
taxpayers,
Crump
right.
gets this young lady $2.5 million settlement, that comes from the taxpayers of the state where this happened at. You know, what state was this? Anybody know? Whatever state this was, those taxpayers in that state is going to pay that $2.5 million or $3 million or whatever the case he's going to settle for, because they're going to settle out of court. With cases like this happen, what they do is they go to a fund and go, hey, give this person $3 million, and they're going to go quietly into the sunset. And
Yeah.
most people do. They get that payment, and their whole lives change. You know, they go from working a 9-to-5 job to now being a multimillionaire. Ben Trump gets his cut, and now you walk away with a couple $1 million in your bank, and you and your family's life is forever changed with that couple $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a beautiful thing. It's like hitting the lottery. But the trauma that comes with that lottery, you know, going to play a Powerball ticket at the gas station and getting your ass beat by a cop is two different things. So even with that $2 million, you're still terrified to walk the streets, to drive your car. I'm terrified to drive my car. Nobody drives more than me. I'm the driving king.
Yeah, I was about to say, you be scared too. And I didn't see, somebody keeps saying video. We didn't see her attack him. She didn't hit him or try to run away from him or something like that. He slammed her down. I think that's just a bit much.
You
You
know,
don't have
Tiffany,
to communicate with somebody or try to do your job and have to slam them down and punch them in their face. He looked very angry and very mad. And you should not be on your job if you hate black people or hate people. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to be protecting and serving, not hurting and killing. And like you said, they should hit them in their pockets. Because I'm telling you, if you hit them in their pockets, they're gonna think twice. They're gonna think twice before hurting someone, slapping someone, shooting someone, trying to cover up for someone, because they know they will be held accountable. So that's what we should be working on as the people that we are the people. We should tell them, listen, police and the justice system should be held accountable just like we have to be held accountable.
you know what's so funny about that, Tiff, is they always ask to see the whole videotape. You know, they want black people, which are mostly the victims of racial profiling, when black people are pulled over by cops, they want us to be perfect. They don't want these so-called trained professionals to be perfect. Now, this police officer is a trained professional, was supposed to be, right? A trained professional who supposed to de-escalate the situation.
Right.
We understand routine traffic stops is perhaps the most dangerous thing a police officer can do. But a lot of these routine traffic stops are unnecessary. A lot of times when people are pulled over, you don't really need to pull these people over. You pull them over because you want to F with them. You pull them over because you're abusing your badge. Yeah, you see a guy speeding, you pull his ass over. You see somebody breaking the law behind the wheel of the car, you pull his ass over. But how many times I've been tailgated by cops or followed by cops to get my tags ran when I'm not breaking the law? I'm just driving along. And just because he sees his brother behind the wheel, he follows you just long enough to punch your tag into his computer to see if the car comes back stolen or something like that. I've been followed so many times, by police officers checking me out. It's crazy what we go through as Black people in this country. I mean, from police officers, So it's not always, let's see the whole videotape, because so many people have been victims of racial profiling in this country. To the person that said, let's see the whole tape, just Google how many times police officers in the state that this person has said that, whatever state you live in, Google how many settlements have been with police lawful untreatment of minorities, and watch what pops up. Because I do it all the time. I'll Google police settlements in Baltimore, Maryland, or police settlements in Washington, D.C., or police settlements in Chicago. I'll just pick any random city and Google it, and you'll see how many times police officers have had to pay out millions of dollars. I just did it in New Jersey recently. Millions of dollars of taxpayer dollars have gone to settle cases for police misconduct. Millions of dollars.
And that money could be going to infrastructure and building y'all.
Police misconduct payouts carry huge.
Oh, here it is. My computer is spying on me. She's just about to tell me some numbers just now. Yeah, isn't that funny? But yeah, police misconduct payouts are huge all over America. All over America, in every major
city. Because of bad behavior.
Because of bad behavior of police officers. Minnesota, who's been in the news for many high-profile cases, including George Floyd. If you Google how much money police officers, out of court settlements that have been to pay to victims in the state of Minnesota, it's staggering. And before the George Floyd, we even knew who George Floyd was, people in Minnesota were being paid millions of dollars for police brutality, police misconduct, racial profiling, all that sort of stuff. This is before George Floyd. So for these people to say, well, let's see the whole tape, you don't have a leg to stand on. There are a lot of bad police officers out here. And there's good ones. Well, we need the good ones to stand forward, to come forward, because I'm not convinced there's any good police officers at this point. I can't be. I've seen too many bad ones. There's too many bad ones for me to say, yeah, there's some good officers out there. Well, where the hell are they? Because police brutality and police misconduct is huge in the United States of America. And millions of dollars are paid out every year for their misconduct, because they all get busted, most of them anyway. And even before modern times, if you go back to the 70s and the 80s, man, cops were planting evidence. I dated a girl one time, and her ex-boyfriend was a PG County cop. PG County is a town outside of Washington, D.C. in the state of Maryland, for people that don't know. And she dated this brother on the PG County Police Force, and he was dirty. He was a dirty cop. He was part of the Dirty Dozen. There's a
Kev, I'm not cutting you off. Just signal when you're done.
Okay, the Dirty Dozen. Google it. It was a group of cops, dirty cops back in the '80s. They were shaking down drug dealers. They were famous for shaking down drug dealers, taking their money and drugs, and doing what they wanted with it. They were dirty cops. And she dated one of those brothers that was a part of that crew, man. Uh, before she dated me, right? I was scared to death when I found out that, but they were all arrested anyway. But yeah, there's so many dirt. It's been going on forever. Planting evidence on people, putting drugs on people. Look what we found under your seat. All that's been going on forever. Planting guns in people's cars, planting drugs under people's seat. Then saying, "Oh, I found this under your seat," just to arrest people. It's so much dirt with the police force. It's not even funny. So y'all need to stop it with this
They
crap.
need to stop.
Yeah,
So,
stop it.
also again, I see somebody. Wait a minute. Wait. I see somebody that mentioned black on black crime. Why is it that every single person, white person, have to bring up black on black crime? Do you know that that does affect us? It does bother us. We do talk about it. And a lot of the reasons why we have black on black crime is because of systematic racism in the system. No jobs, low on food, wages, all of this affects young people, drugs, alcoholism, all of it. Y'all got alcohol stores all on each corner. You understand? You don't have trade centers for these young people. So you're gonna sit there and keep saying black on black crime. If you live in a black community, black on black crime is gonna happen. If you live in a white community, white on white crime is gonna happen. If you live on, you live in a Spanish community, Spanish on Spanish crime is gonna happen. Stop bringing up black on black crime. We have to deal with that. That's one of the hurtful things that we have to deal with in our community. So for y'all to keep bringing it up, deal with your white on white crime. All right.
Hey,
So back to your
hey,
Kev,
Tiffany.
Kev, huh?
Tiffany, Timothy McVeigh was a white guy who blew up a building full of white people. In
That's
what,
white on white
was
crime.
it 1996, 1997? He blew up a
Can I
building
jump
full of
in?
white
No.
people. Yeah, I'm done.
Well,
I don't even want
wait,
to address that crap.
so you said it's $60 million that was paid out, Kev. You heard, but put your mute on, call, so you can hear what I'm saying. So you can hear. Can you hear? So you can hear me.
I can't hear you.
Put
Okay.
your mute. Put your mute on.
You can hear me?
No, I can hear you.
You can
But
hear
I
me
was
now?
telling. I can hear you. I was telling you to put your mute on.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say, Kevin, you said that they're saying they would like to see the whole tape, right?
Yes.
But yet still they know for a fact that OJ killed Nicole and Ron Goldman, right? They know
Yeah.
that for a fact. They have no video, no evidence, but they know that OJ killed Nicole and Ron Goldman. But we have video of a police officer slamming a girl to the ground, and they need to see the whole tape. But again, this is who they are.
Hey,
I
here it
see
is
this
right here.
guy teabags seems to be another jarhead, but he's like there's lots of bad doctors, bad teachers, bad. We know that. We're talking about America. America has a history of being horrible to black people. White Americans have a history of being horrible to black people, and they have not made any made any amends. They haven't tried to change their ways. They have been consistently a certain number of white people. And we're not going to say all. We're going to use the Muhammad Ali analogy. If there's 10,000 whites and 1,000 of those whites are good, we don't know who's the good and who's the bad. Okay, so we know there are some good white people out there, but as a history, America has consistently been horrible to black people. Consistently for the last 400 to 600 years, America has a history, a reputation for being horrible to black. So why would any black person think for 1 second that a white person had their best interests at heart? No, I always say err on the side of caution. You verify. How's that go? Verify, but I forgot the saying. But white people have given us no reason to believe that they care about anybody else that's not white. You have not. So miss me with all this nonsense about they're bad black doctors, they're bad black law. I mean, white doctors, they're bad. We know that. We are fully aware of that. But as a whole, right? As a whole, white people have not been decent people in this society. You have not, and you know that. You absolutely know that. So, but you would never admit it. Why don't you say yes? I have a friend. His name, I'm not gonna say his full name. His name is Kevin also. He's a white comedian. And whenever him and I talk about racial issues, and this is why I love talking to him, and this is why I trust him. He would agree with me. He go, yeah, Carl, we are some horrible people. You know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying. He never once said, well, he never like had an excuse. Well, not all of us are bad and blah blah blah. He admits it. Yeah, white people are some horrible people. You might find one or two that are okay to be around, but as a whole, we have consistently been horrible people to black people. So, but
Everybody.
again, the strategy. I'm gonna let you go, Kim. The strategy of people like Jarhead and this guy T Bags is to keep denying, deny, and that's how they move through life. Deny it never happened. Lynchings never happened. These are the same people who deny the Holocaust happened. There's no police brutality. Some guy said they run my tags as well. Yeah, okay, all right.
Don't worry about tea bags because
Go ahead.
I'm not worried about tea bags because people like that you cannot convince. You know what is going on. You can't. But Kev, I got the statistics.
Yeah, I just pulled them up too, Tiffany. Right here, first of all, let me say that it says right here, police misconduct payout top 100 million for the fourth straight year. That's nationwide.
But
Go
wait
ahead,
a
Tiff.
minute. That's not. I didn't know. New York is the top payouts.
Yes, I'm reading that right here. New York is the top paid out for misconduct. I'm reading that on my
Yes,
tablet right here.
$1 billion.
Yes, right.
Illinois is $330.1 million.
Thank you, Tiff.
California is $332 million. Okay, let me see Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
And Pennsylvania is up there too, and Minnesota. George Floyd family got 27 million.
yeah.
Eric Gardner got 5.9 million.
Yeah,
So the
the
top
numbers are
one
high
is
everywhere. I just pulled up Baltimore, Maryland. They just paid out $2.7 million to somebody in 2025 for police misconduct against African American man. Yeah, so it's nationwide. The numbers are staggering. Police misconduct cases, money being paid out. From police officers breaking the law, racially profiling people, breaking the law, beating up people, slamming people to the ground. Now we have the cell phone cameras and all that stuff, and that's not stopping it, but it's getting us some justice a little bit. It's not stopping this from happening. The weird thing is these people are so evil, Carl and Tiffany, that they don't care about the cameras running. There were a group of people with cell phone cameras on Derek Chauvin, and he still didn't get off of George Floyd's neck because he's so arrogant that he thought, I can get away with this. He never even thought, people are filming me, let me get off this guy's neck. His whole thing was, I am who I am. I got a badge and I got skin protection, and I'm going to get away with this because I'm going to say this guy was a bad guy, and they're not going to find me guilty in the court. He was shocked at what happened. The summer of 2020 shocked a lot of people. He didn't expect what happened to happen. He thought he could get away with it. He was so arrogant. He thought he could. People were sitting there with cell phones filming it, and he still wouldn't get off this man's neck. And this man cried for his mama.
That's that energy that they give. Very arrogant, very cocky,
Thank you. That's what I was going to say.
condescending, don't have empathy or sympathy for no one. He did not even think that you are sitting there with your knee in somebody's neck and all these people are sitting here watching you.
He never
Like,
even.
like I said, they don't think before they click. They don't think before they do. And that's a message that I will give to many people. Please think before you do something. Think before you click. Think before you say something. Because your actions and what you do can affect you in the long run. And sometimes you just need to mind your business. You understand what I'm saying? Just sometimes you just need to mind your business. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of white people. They're not minding their business, and that's when you get into the story of leave black people alone, because we don't bother with you. We try to stay our distance and try to be as peaceful as possible, but no, they want to give us problems, especially the ones that's in the chat. Let me give a shout out. I don't know what's her name, Rita? Oh, you said entitlement. Yeah, I feel that too. What's her name? Veronica Gaiman. I don't know who that is. Tea bags. I'm sick of your ass. Um, hold on, because I definitely like giving shout outs to people. All right, Carl. Go ahead, Carl. Wait for you, Carl. Go, Carl. Carl is just sitting there.
Hey, Carl.
That's not white. All right, I guess we're moving on. All right, you want to
Yes.
talk about the food recalls?
Yes. That's
Um,
Cat's part.
all right, before I do that, before I do the recalls, I'm sure you guys heard about the Tuskegee Airmen. I know you guys know about the Tuskegee Airmen, but here's one of the descendants of the Tuskegee Airmen talking about how the Tuskegee Airmen was formed. I never heard this story before. Kevin and Tiffany, I don't know if you guys heard this story before, but this is how the Tuskegee Airmen was formed.
My name is Enoch O. Woodhouse II. I'm 97 years old.
And one of the last surviving members of the Tuskegee Airmen, the U.S. military's first group of black aviators and support staff. Woodhouse's image commands a mural at Boston's Logan Airports.
People ask me, how does it feel in an all-black unit with just nothing but black people like yourself? I said, I felt fine, because I was with the finest men I've known in life, no matter what their race.
Between 15 and 16,000 people served with the Tuskegee Airmen. Less than 24 are still alive.
We all meet in a phone booth. I was the youngest at 19, what we call DOTAS, documented original Tuskegee Airmen, DOTAS. Not many of us left.
But the crazy part of this story was when he got into West Point in 1932, he's fair-skinned, so they didn't know his race. So when he arrived, they realized that he was mixed, and which meant he was black. So they held him in the commandant's office and told him to wait under a sign that said duty, honor, and country. And they assigned him a converted janitor's closet. He goes to sleep that night in the janitor's closet, and they have a meeting the next morning, and they say, we accidentally let a black cadet in. You are to treat him as if he's invisible until he drops out. Every student, every faculty, every staff was in the meeting but one person. They got out of the meeting, and for 4 years he went to West Point 50 weeks a year with not one human interaction. It is unbelievable what this man went through. And all he wanted to do was be a pilot in the United States Army and do the career that his dad had. And right before he graduates, they tell him they don't allow blacks to fly airplanes. So they told him, we will pay you if you honorably discharge. We will start a law firm for you in Chicago, and we will pay for you to move there and go to law school if you agree to drop out. So even after 4 years of no one talking to him, and he's in the top third of the class, he failed 3 classes that require a partner: boxing, ballroom dancing, and CPR, because no one would touch him or talk to him. Never called out in class, never a study buddy, whole campus segregated. went to the West Point Army-Navy game on a bus by himself to Yankee Stadium with a black driver. This is what was going on at West Point. So now he graduates. Blacks can't command whites. Him and his dad are the only two black officers. They go to black colleges for 4 years telling young students, keep their head up, stay tight, stay focused. World War II is about to start. Roosevelt wants to win the black vote, hires the father to be the head of black policy in America and says, what do I need to do to win the black vote? He says, you have to start looking at the military as fair, which means allowing blacks to do all the jobs that whites do. And he goes, well, what should I do next? He goes, you should allow blacks to fly airplanes. And he goes, well, who would lead that? And he said, my son. Next day, his son goes down to Tuskegee, Alabama, passes the flying test. And then the president says, if you could get more blacks qualified down here, you could start a segregated Air Force. And because he had gone to black colleges for 4 years, he snapped his fingers. 35,000 black Americans went down. They hired 15,000, 1,000 pilots, 14,000 ground staff, commanded by a guy who went to West Point and not one single person talked to him. And that's the story of the Tuskegee Airmen. And that's my family story.
Got one airplane and an American far from home, fighting a war around the world. Listen again.
This was my leader, and the second ship was me, and two Focke-Wulfs came on my right. I turned right and put up a stone wall of bullets, and the first...
A wall of bullets. It wasn't so long ago these men were students in a university, workmen in a shipyard, just plain citizens from everywhere USA.
And they want us to believe that all of a sudden those people changed their ways and now all of a sudden just decided to be decent people. No, the people that held that guy back in those people still exist today, and they're part of the MAGA movement. Go ahead, Tim.
I want to definitely shout out to Tuskegee Airmen. I never even knew how they started. That was I really enjoyed that. And for that man to be on West Point for 4 years, sleeping in a closet, and for them not to talk or touch him or communicate with him, and he still passed third on the ranks. That is amazing. And for him to tell the guy to tell the story of his family history is amazing. My calendar for this year is the Tuskegee Airmen. So I read them every day, every month when it comes up, whatever. But we want to give an honor and a salute to them. And we know it was very hard for them to get into the Army, to even get paid after the Army or get benefits after the Army. I even read a story where a black man came out of the Army and they blinded him. Some white people blinded him, like took his eyes out. He was like, I just came here to get abused in my country and that I fought for this country and to be abused. So a lot of our veterans was not taken care of. They were disrespected and they tried. And I'm so happy that, he learned how to fly. And that's how a lot of them think. We just heard that not too long ago, right, Cap? When I think, what's his name? The one that got shot in his neck, what popping shit about black people. He sat there and said that he didn't feel safe with a black pilot. And you're like, are you serious? If you are good with the job and you qualified, just get me where I need to get. That's it. But go ahead, Cab.
No, I was going to say there's a movie on the Tuskegee Airmen on several. I know there's one on Netflix. There's one
Red
on
Tails too, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, Netflix got one. HBO Max has a different one. So there's several of them online on streaming services. So I think everybody should watch these documentaries or these movies on it. It's because they're so intriguing what these men went through. So yeah, if you get a chance to, if you have any of these streaming services like HBO Max, or definitely
make sure you learn the history.
watch them. Yeah, because they're really good. I've watched several, and I can't recommend just one because there's several documentaries out on the Tuskegee Airmen. Easy for me to say, yeah, but yeah, definitely check out one of them on Netflix. The one on Netflix, I think I've seen before, as I'm looking at it right now. Trying to see who's starring that, but it's really good. Yeah, I think Lawrence Fishburne stars in that one on Netflix. So yeah, they're really good movies. Definitely.
And shout out to our chat, Merlene and I think is Miss Rita Riches. They were saying salute to the ancestors. Yes, they are ancestors, and we salute them. And they good because I don't know if I could have survived that. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, we survived a lot of things because we weren't
Yeah.
comfortable. We weren't comfortable. We had no choice, Tiffany,
I
but to
know.
survive. You know, lack of comfortability.
We had no choice, Tiffany.
I know.
To survive. You know, lack of.
So yeah, there's 13 original documentaries on the Tuskegee Airmen that's streaming on different services right now. By the way, 13 of them.
Go ahead, Carl. Look, he waiting for the signal.
Okay, so we're gonna do so. There has been an uptick in food recalls, and apparently it's due to the Trump administration removing the scientists and the people who do all the testing. I think there used to be like 41 people that worked in the FDA or whatever testing the food. Now it's down to three people doing all the testing. It's crazy. And of course, so now that's why we have all these outbreaks because no one's checking the food because they don't think they need the money for wars and whatever else. And, and there's no one checking the food. And they said one of the scientists quit and said good luck to America as he walked out the door.
And a lot of these people that were fired also
So that's
were.
why we have now jalapeno peppers. People are dying after eating spinach, lettuce, chicken, eggs, beef. There's a whole lot of, and we need to pay attention.
Blueberries, raspberries.
I keep seeing this comment in most of my posts. I'm Dr. Kim, your pharmacist. I get it. All of the recalls on eggs, lettuce, fruit, meat, soft cheeses, they're everywhere. But we're getting better at finding outbreaks. So the CDC has surveillance systems. One is called FoodNet to track foodborne illnesses. PostNet uses DNA fingerprinting to connect cases that might be happening in completely different places. So on one hand, we're getting better at connecting the dots, which we didn't do years ago. Now, present day, let me just say there are some issues with our food supply and the adverse events that we're seeing. Back in 2025, FoodNet made some changes. They used to mandatory track, actively surveil 8 pathogens in our foodborne illnesses. That went down to 2, making the other 6 optional, and Cyclospora was one of them. The takeaway is we're detecting more, information is reaching us faster, and there are real food and product outbreaks and recalls. So pay attention to the headlines instead of feeling powerless and fearful. Make sure you're in the know. Follow me if you haven't, because I'm going to keep you updated. But leave in the comments your thoughts. But this has been your Vitamin K, here to keep you safe.
So the FDA just upgraded a major egg recall to Class 1. It's the most serious level. That means there's a reasonable chance eating these eggs could cause serious illness or even death. Now, a lot of y'all probably remember a few months back I did a video about this recall. At the time, it was only voluntary. Now, FDA has raised it up to the most serious level. That's how serious I got, y'all. So now they dead serious. Got to get rid of these eggs. Ain't no more voluntary recall. This is level 1, the most serious recall it is when it pertains to the FDA recall list. Now, for y'all that don't know about it, Midwest Poultry Services, they recalled about 1.6 million dozen eggs. That's roughly 19 million individual eggs from 2 farms in Texas. The eggs were produced between July 6th and July 3rd, and with a sell by or best by dates from July 20th through August 17th. They've been distributed across multiple states, and they said if you have eggs with the carton codes P1, P-1950 or 0840962, and Julian dates between 157 and 184 printed on the side. Don't eat them. Throw them out or return them for a refund. They say salmonella contamination is the concern here, and with this volume, the risk is real. Stay safe out there, y'all, and check your fridge. If you didn't know, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Love y'all. Be safe out there. Big Duke out. You ought to know. Thank me later.
Food recalls are surging under RFK Jr. and Donald Trump in the second administration, and I want to run through all of the dozens and dozens of food recalls that we've seen since the start of Trump's second term. Now, just quick disclaimer, not all of these recalls remain in effect. These are since last January, and I encourage you to go to the FDA's website and look at each individual one for yourself. But let's begin. We have jalapenos, pastrami and corned beef, Argentinian beef, frozen blueberries and mixed berries, bacon, chicken noodle soup, 19 million eggs, iceberg lettuce, ready-to-eat chicken, Caesar wraps, infant formula, soft cheese, deli meat, dairy products, raw cheddar cheese. We've had powdered milk recalls, beef and pork products, fish products, ground beef, grilled chicken breast, ground beef, quiche, salted lamb, another infant formula recall, breakfast burritos, cauliflower, spinach pasta, turkey wraps, catfish, pepperoni pizzas, meat products, eggs, ham salad, frozen vegetable products, and it continues. Eggs, turkey bacon, meat sauce, beef, pork lard, and beef tallow, prepared pasta meals, pistachio cream, chicken products, smoked sausage, meat pies, chicken wraps, cucumbers, prosciutto, ground beef, white chicken chili, beef tallow, and frozen shakes. Here's the thing, recalls happen under any president. It's not a political issue. But experts have warned that recalls are surging under this administration. We're seeing more than usual because of cuts made to various critical programs, specifically to monitor programs that involve recalls. And also with RFK in charge, it's been difficult to say the least. Follow for more. With RFK in charge, it's been difficult to say the least.
That's a long list. That's a lot that we have to deal with the recalls, and like we have to be careful on everything we eat. We got to look. And they said they cut a lot of people, Kev, but they cut a lot of people from checking the food or something.
Yeah, I mean, Trump came in and fired a lot of people that Biden had in position, or people that Obama had in position for years. Smart people who, have college educated people who studied these jobs, who had these jobs because they're qualified. And Trump came in and fired a lot of these people and put his people in who are people who aren't qualified. And that's why we're having this situation right now. So, it's just another, slap in our face for people who put an unqualified person to being the president of the United States. And now everybody's suffering from it. I mean, the fact that you can get sick or die from eating fruits and salads is crazy, because that's what we go to stay healthy. Like,
right.
We want to stay healthy. We stop eating pork. We stop eating beef. We stop eating chicken, maybe, and we go, to a fruit and vegetable diet. That's what we're taught keeps us healthy. That's what the good Lord intended for us to do, to eat fruits and vegetables, So, and now I go to the grocery store. I love fruits and vegetables. I go to the grocery store now. I usually eat blueberries like every other day. I haven't had blueberries in over 3 weeks now.
Yeah, because we scared.
We're scared to eat them, yeah, because they're gonna make you sick. You probably die from it. Who knows? But
my God,
all this stuff that we eat, was supposed to eat fruits and vegetables,
to stay healthy, to
it's
eat
not healthy.
balanced. We need rubbish in our life. Now we can't. I said rubbish. What they call rubbish?
There's been a recall on beef, 30,000 pounds of beef. There's been a recall on, of course, places like Chipotle's. If you,
oh yeah, I been stopped eating there because they've been having problems with their lettuce
for years. Yeah,
yeah.
And now they've recalled all their jalapenos, and a lot of places use jalapenos. Subway, all these places you go to, sandwich shops and things, delis, places like that. So everybody's now going to the grocery store going, what the F can I eat? What can I eat? Because there's not a lot left that we can eat right now. Because every day is a different recall. And the egg recall is the biggest one. Like, they're recalling eggs like crazy right now. Like, if you're eating eggs, you're crazy for even eating an egg right now. I don't care if it's
And
boiled, fried, poached, whatever the hell you want to do. Stay away from eggs right now. They're just not a healthy bet, so.
and not too long ago, eggs was damn near $10 a pop.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Now we have to stay. It's like we damn if we do, we damn if we don't. But
Well,
we want to be healthy.
this administration has got so much stuff and messed up, Tiffany and Carl.
It's
Just,
him. I think he's bad energy. You don't think he's bad energy for the country?
well, he's
Like this
definitely bad
whole
energy for the country, but he's also not putting smart people into positions
right.
you got to have smart people around you to run this government.
He just got yes man, yes
That's why
people.
planes been falling out the skies. For his first year in office, we had all these incidents at airports and stuff because they fired. They did this DEI thing where they fired all these qualified people of color. A lot of these people that had these jobs were black people, and women, and they lost their jobs. And they were being replaced by white men. And these
That
white
don't really
men,
care
and
about
these
us
white men
anyway.
aren't qualified, not because they're white. They're just not qualified to do these jobs that he's given them, and he's given them jobs and they're not qualified. There are white people that are qualified to do any job, but they don't work for the Trump administration. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He's putting his friends in positions. Everything that they said a black president would do, he's done. Trump's done. It's first black president you ever have in this country. He's going to hire his family. He's going to hire his friends. He's going to spend all the time playing golf. All the things that they stereotyped that a black president would do, Trump's actually doing it. It's
And they don't
funny.
say nothing about it. But
It's so
don't
funny.
worry, because what I'm hearing on the street is a lot of his MAGA people is turning against him. A lot of his MAGA people are trying to walk away because now they see that it's doing too much and he's a little bit unhinged.
Yeah,
So
they're
everybody that
affected
supported him
because
is
they're
moving on.
affected, Tiffany, because their health insurance is now affected because they eat beef. They eat eggs.
You said they eat beef and eggs.
They eat eggs. They eat salad mixes. They eat all these. Okay, who you are. You can be MAGA, but you still got to eat food, right? You still got to have health insurance. You still have to have all the things that he's cutting. I saw this one MAGA lady. She went viral because she was online begging her family for money for food because Trump cut all these programs that she was actually using to raise her kids, and now all these programs have been cut. She ain't got no money, and now she's begging her family for money. They're like, "Man, we told you not to vote for this fool. We told you not to vote for the dude, and you voted for him, and now look at you." So yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. All the Hispanics, their businesses are down too. These Mexican restaurants, are struggling now. Their businesses are down because
A lot of
all their workers have been picked up by ICE.
yeah, yeah. Well, I heard some Haitian restaurant that was doing good in Florida. He's not doing too good because all his immigrants is scared to come to work. People don't want to come to get no food because they think they're gonna be picked up. And my thing is, all of y'all turned your back. The Haitians, the Spanish, the Somalians, all of y'all was rooting for Trump. And what happened? Trump showed you what he really felt. He just needed your votes. Now, we already know how our white people roll. We've been dealing with them for hundreds of years. But y'all just don't get it. They do not care at all.
Nope.
Go, Paul.
You're on, Carl.
All right. All right. All right. We got to wrap up. First of all, let me apologize profusely for the technical difficulties we had today. I could not, for whatever reason, I could not hear anything, Tiffany. So I was kind of listening on my phone, and following
That was
along,
smart.
and they were giving me hand signals as to when they're done. So I apologize. This is absolutely the first time, and I can assure you it would not happen again because I will take care of this. Um, so again, I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Kevin, for putting up with me today. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Carl, we put up with you
Kev,
all
how's
the
Mama Lee?
time.
Is she? I haven't seen her checked in. Is Mama doing okay?
Yeah, last I checked, she's doing
Hmm.
okay.
She
Yeah,
sent me
Mama.
a friend request. Hey, Mama.
Yeah,
Mama
Mama.
Lee.
All right, so
Mama.
shout
I
out to
talked to
Mama
her today.
Lee.
She's
What up,
fine.
Patricia,
Yeah, she's
Nicole
fine. Thank you.
Coates, um, Bridget. How's
Girlie.
Bridget's good as well.
Yeah, my
Rita.
sister.
Tiffany, your
Yeah, my
mom's
sister.
birthday is coming up, right?
Yes.
Mom is got. Is
When's
your
your mom's
mom on
birthday? When's your
Tinder?
mom's birthday, Tiff?
Mommy's birthday is on
Is your mom looking for a date?
23rd, but we having a get together for her Saturday. She's turning 78 years old.
Oh,
So
she's
yes,
young, man. Yeah.
yeah, Mama Coach. She can't wait for this party. And let me tell you something. My thing was I was trying to wait till she 80. She said, how you know I'm gonna make it to 80? So and last year, if y'all remember, I was in the hospital with my mom's. My mom's wound up being in the hospital. She wound up going into a rehab, which was horrible for us. So, I'm gonna just celebrate her, let her enjoy her day. Baby sister can't be here, which I'm gonna miss. But yes, mommy's gonna be celebrating her 78th
And
birthday.
she's gonna get that 82. She's gonna get two parties out of you.
Yes, she is.
Let her know that 80 is gonna happen.
The 80 is gonna happen.
That's
She likes
right.
to party. She's a social butterfly. She likes to have fun and party and dance and stuff. So yeah.
She gonna double up on you, huh? Get the 80 and the 78.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my cousins. They've been looking out and stuff. Shaniqua and Yafa. Thank you so much. But yeah, shout out to everybody. First of all, we want to thank everyone for coming on the show and chiming with us. Everybody that's in the chat. I see my sister friends is in the chat. I see my sisters in the chat. I just want to say thank you to all. We really appreciate y'all. We all are trying to build our channel. Did y'all hear that YouTube has new standards now? You have to have 1,000 subscribers. You have to have almost 20,000 in views, 1 million in views for you to even earn or anything. So they're having a lot of changes in YouTube. So we're just asking everyone, make sure you like and you subscribe and you leave a comment. You let us know what you think, how you feel, because we want to build this platform. We want it to go far. And our main thing is just talking about the latest topics that are going on today in Black America and around. Anything that has to affect us. We're not racist. We're just having a conversation. This is why we call it the Black Therapy Show. We want to be able to have the conversation with each other without no beef, just nothing but love. So shout out to the people in the chat. Thank you so much. And to the ones that you had to get a timeout, you asked for it. Oh, sorry.
Racist. I don't like rednecks.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. So once I play the theme song, I'm just gonna leave because I can't hear you guys, Tiffany and Kev. So I'm just gonna shut it down, figure out what's going on, so we don't have to deal with this. You guys could have been talking shit about me this entire show. I have no idea,
Yes, we
but
was,
I
Paul. We was
trust
talking
that you
about
guys
you.
were.
You get on my nerves. You called me a
uh
goddamn
Call an
pedophile lover
asshole.
from messing around with
Normally I
Jay
would
Z.
do the what have you learned, Tiffany? I don't know if you do. What did you learn that you want to share before we go, and then raise your hand, and Kevin, or let Kevin go, and then Kevin, once you're
Yeah, we
done,
can do
then raise
that.
your hand,
Yeah,
and I will just
yeah.
play the song, and we'll be
Okay,
out.
okay. We can
So
do
go
that.
ahead,
Okay.
Tiffany.
Okay, so again, thank you all for coming on. Our topic today was toxic mothers, toxic parents, toxic family relationships. We want to say to our black mothers that are going through it. You could be going through it, and this is why children have to go through it. Please reach out and get help. talk to somebody, find a sister friend group, speak to a counselor, something. Do this for your children. Young people, if you feel that you're in an abusive relationship with your family member or your mother, your father, your brothers or something, you must say something about it. We have to stop, how can you say, just going along with situations that we're unhappy with, because that causes mental health issues, dysfunction. When we don't want that, we want y'all to be okay. Again, we want to thank everyone for chiming in. We also want y'all to please look out for each other. Too many black people are coming up hung, or dead out of suspicious. We still going through this Nolan Wells thing. So again, please be on point. Talk to your people. Talk to your children. Teach them history. Let them know what's going on. That same to the white people that's on this line. Please learn our history. You said that y'all can fact check us, y'all can do it, because y'all wrote down everything y'all did, good and bad, to us. So you can be able to check it out and Google it. So again, make sure you like and subscribe. We do not own the rights to the the content or the music. We are protected by fair use. This is only for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. Thank you again. Go ahead, Cav.
Yeah, I still got the thing with the mother thing just blew me away. I'm glad we talked about it. I'm still um, up in the air on that whole thing. I just don't think it's something that's so relevant in our community. And I could be wrong, but I hope it's not. But yeah, that blew me away. And I'm glad we talked about it.
Thank you.
Also, as far as black people being hung, man, we this administration has taken us back. We're back in the 60s and the 50s, thanks to people who selfishly voted for this guy for whatever reason they voted for him. Some people's financial reasons, rich people who 4Ks are doing well and stock market's doing well. But the damage that this man has done on this country, as far as the food recalls, the racial tensions, uh, and all these programs being destroyed, hurting people's lives. Black people and white people are suffering because of this guy. The job reports are in, they're low. The economy's bad. This unnecessary war, billions of dollars are being spent on this unnecessary war. Our economy's not doing well. Gas prices are still skyrocketing. Food prices are still high. Now food recalls, people are getting sick. This is just crazy. This is just unbelievably nuts what's going on in this country right now. And I just don't even believe this is happening, but it is happening. I don't know how we come back from this, but we need to go vote again, and hopefully we get it right next time. So I don't know. This is just bad. We're in some bad freaking times, man. We've lived through a pandemic, and now we're living through a Trump administration, which is a dictatorship. And it's just crazy what's happening in this country right now. I did hear from reliable sources that Stevie Wonder moved to Ghana,
Oh God.
and he's loving it over there. He's loving the freedom. He's loving the beauty of this place. I've never been to Ghana, but I hear it's beautiful there, and he's living there. I mean, he moved his family there, and he loves it. He just said it's he's just loving it. And I think, he's blessed to have the money to do that. Most of us don't have the money to leave the United States of America. And he'll probably come back once Trump is gone, because this is home for us, but this is his home. He'll probably come back. And, Ellen DeGeneres, she moved, and Rosie O'Donnell moved. And other celebrities, people with money are leaving the United States of America, and people that don't have money, we're still here dealing with this. But people with money are leaving this place, because they don't want to deal with this dude. Things are bad. So I don't know. But I love doing this show. Peace and love, everybody. All right, call. Get your music going.
Yeah. You be giving him doing this. You giving him all the signs. He don't see nothing. Come
All
on,
right,
Carl.
I see y'all. You need those paddles like they have for airplanes, how you
Yeah, right.
yeah, there you go. All right, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Tiffany, I love you. Kevin, I love you, brother. I love that you
Love
guys
y'all.
Love you
come
too.
together with me and we do this show every Sunday. Shout out to all the people who joined. If you joined and you're new,
I'm
we
gonna
hope
need
you
a
come
check,
back. Hope you tell
Carl.
people, you tell other people about our show. To the haters who keep coming back every Sunday, I hope you learned something from the show. It is no way you can watch 2 hours of this show and not learn one thing. I hope that's not the case. So I know there are haters out there and they see us as people who don't pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, as they say. We need to stop whining. One person said we're setting a bad example for young black kids because we're teaching them to be not self-sufficient, that kind of thing. So, I mean,
Oh
if that's
yeah.
what you get from the show, then you need to watch the show more because I don't feel like we're whining. We're all doing pretty well, and it's
Tell
not
that guy
like
to
I
go
don't know.
enjoy his
You think
beef
that we
sandwich.
sit at home and curl up in the ball
You
and
know
just
he
come?
can't
No,
hear
we
us.
have very vibrant lives and we enjoy our lives, but there are just some things that need to be talked about, and people just want us to be silent. I have white friends that tell me, "Stop talking about racism. You're making it worse." That is why that makes me want to talk more.
That's
That
right.
absolutely makes me want to talk more. But anyway, with that said, I'm going to play our song. The show's going to end. I'm going to shut everything down, fix this issue, and we'll be back next Sunday. Love you guys.
Is he playing the song?
We got to wrap the song. We should do our own song. All right. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace, 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 peace,
The, bl-
peace,
the
peace,
Black
peace,
Therapy
peace.
Show. The Black Therapy Show.
The black, the black, the black, the black. You about to have to get my karaoke machine. Oh, boom, boom,
Call
boom,
Tiffany and
boom.
watch it, Call. You about to put your porn on right now.
Oh, Carl, let's just say bye.
Bye. I'm out.
Bye.
I'll see y'all.
You
Bye.
can't hear it?
I hear you.
No?
Bye. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. It's crazy.